What's up, y'all? Today is our Flashback Sunday. We do this once a month. We are talking about our classic, Claudine. We're about to get into it. This is a 1970s classic. If you don't remember it, I'm sure it'll come back to you. We told everybody that it was a full movie link on YouTube so you could watch it. And I want y'all to get into it. Let me bring my guest up, my co-host. She's look, we going into Tameka's den tonight. And we in Queens. Queens is in the building, and so is the BX. What's up, Tameka?
Hey, Moochie. Hey. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing tonight?
Let me know who's out there. Let me know who's out there, Tameka. Who's in the chat?
Let's see what we got going on. Hey, Samara. Hi, Daria. And we got Michelle. How y'all feeling tonight? Have y'all seen Claudine lately, or has it been a long time?
Well, is it a movie you remember like the back of your hand? Let me know, y'all.
Yeah, put it in the chat. Let us know. Mm-hmm. This is definitely an old school classic favorite that we getting into. Going back into time, okay?
And people requested this.
Yes.
It was people requesting this movie. So we came to give the people what they want tonight. We came to give the people what they want this evening. And we're gonna be talking about Claudine, y'all. So hit that like button. Please share it. If you are not subscribed to both of our channels, please subscribe and holler at your girl. Alright, so I just wanna know. Let me turn my ring off. My bad. Alright, we waiting for somebody else to come. What's up, Stan? You know what? We do need a male's point of view on this. I was trying to get a male for the panel, but I was unsuccessful. Everybody is busy, whatever the case may be. So, this movie is a classic, but it showed you how they changed the black family. And a lot of people wasn't paying attention when this was going on.
Yeah,
like they in definitely. The early 70s, yeah. I mean, what's your take on it?
They definitely broke it down. How it was looked at when you went and got on welfare, older welfare queen, knowing daggone well the real welfare queens did not live like us. Mm-hmm. Y'all hear my cat? She want to be a part of the live too. Okay.
I know she just woke up.
She just woke up. But it definitely was like the stereotypes. Oh, you lazy. If you wasn't getting work and you needed a job, if you got a job, the job probably didn't have all the benefits you needed, so you needed some help. And if you went to them for help, that was a problem too. It was damned if you do, damned if you don't. And also showing child support, and it just was like everything was affected, because if you had somebody that was trying to help or trying to do for the kids, then that was the issue. And if they wasn't doing for them, then that was the issue too. Sometimes they may have been sending the money, but it still was like, oh, well, that's not enough, so we gonna garnish your check. So this was something that put all of that out on display. Not too many people was talking about it. This was the first movie
first movie that talked about child support. Mm-hmm. This is the first movie that talked about the welfare and the men in the house and how they used to go through everything and inspect stuff like that. I didn't know this was the way of life back in the late 60s, early 70s, because this movie came out in about, I want to say it came out in 72 or 73, but I'm gonna go to Google and see where it came out, Tameka. Okay. And I want to say it came out in the early 70s, because I remember I was little when I saw this. I went with my mom to see this movie because, I had to go. It was 1974, that's right. So that's when the movie was out. So, hey, Stan, what's up? What's up, Monique? Hey, baby. Hey, Samara. What's up, HEA? Hi. Michelle. Hi. Daria. Okay, so, look, look, we're gonna get into it, y'all. So, if you did not see the movie, this is a good classic. It's a good classic. The soundtrack was fire.
Absolutely. They listen. Curtis Mayfield was the one to go to when it came to the soundtracks for the movies back then. He was hitting up left and right because even the last one we did, we talked about Sparkle. If y'all missed that, go watch it. He did that one too. It was him and Aretha Franklin, and this one was him and Gladys Knight. So definitely fire soundtrack.
Hey, ladies.
Hey,
all right. My friend was supposed to come. If she still wants to come, all she gotta do is hit me, and I will send her the link. Or she could just participate in the chat because she was under the weather. Shouts out to Baby the Budget. She wanted to come on. She was one of the people that was requesting this So I'm trying to really give the people what they want. So we about to get into it. So let's do that, y'all. So he meets her. I like the fact that they showed her going to work. And she had her little group of friends, and they basically all did the same thing. They making ends meet.
Right.
So they working off the books, taking care of taking care of their families, because even though they're getting welfare, it's still not enough.
Exactly.
It's still not enough with the cost of living. So it's all right, boo. I understand. Okay, I saw this movie a dozen times. A timeless classic in Black culture. Absolutely. Thank you for coming through, Inga.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Sure. I'm glad y'all came.
I didn't know y'all was doing it tonight. So
I know we talked about it, and then I thought
it wasn't confirmed. That's that's all right.
I apologize.
I'm here now. That's okay. That's okay.
It's all these shows going on. I'm just trying to get it. I'm trying to stay focused.
Yeah, it's too much going on. I'm getting overwhelmed myself, and I'm just watching the show.
I know, right?
I can think what days, what show come on. I get all confused. So anyway,
okay, I want to hear your thoughts on the movie. And if you guys, I want to hear, I'm reading everybody's thoughts, so don't think you're not going to be included in this, because I love to hear what you guys think. So let me know what your feelings on this movie, about it being a classic, whatever the case may be. Inga, tell me about this, because we all talked about doing this after Sparkle.
That's right. It's definitely one of my favorites. It's a classic. The soundtrack is fantastic. And anybody who hasn't heard it, you can hear it for free on YouTube. So I recommend people definitely listen to the soundtrack. And now in these scenes here, when she first meets him, Rupert, right? That's his name. Rupert,
that's his name.
Yeah. Yeah, they probably been flirting with each other for a little bit of time. And then he finally just, went and took his shot, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And asked her out. She was flirting back with him. She liked him too.
She was flirting, but she was playing hard to get to. And that's what I liked about I'm not just gonna give you because you looking good and stuff like that, because they're both absolutely, they look stunning. Diana Carroll and him and James Earl Jones. He was funny in this. And she gave him a shot after.
So many things in here. I can relate to a lot of, their conversations and things that was going on. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't had 6 kids, but I understand how they're trying to raise kids on a little bit of money, and you struggling and got to be working, multiple jobs and all. I've been through that. So that's why I definitely feel Claudine a little bit on some of these things. Love this movie.
I miss it. And this is when I hate when I do stuff. That shot with the lady, she was like, and guess who arrived 15 minutes late?
Talking about the white lady.
Yeah, the white lady she worked
for. I mean, she got a nerve. I mean, these people
15 minutes late. Meanwhile, she not even trying to. She like, look, the maid gonna do all of this. That is not my job. She left the kitchen, this is.
And she's sitting there running her mouth on the phone. She don't need no damn maid.
No, she don't.
You know what I'm saying? She don't need no maid. But that's just the privilege that some of them have, or they think they have, and a lot of people had to work these types of jobs. People's mothers, grandmothers, aunts, uncles, whatever had to work these types of jobs, being domestic workers. So, and it's not easy.
Yep, and
I
they
mean, we talked about that with Sparkle. You know what I'm saying? The mother was a maid too, and then, you know, it's I don't know if I could do it because I'd have been ready to cuss the white lady out. She's sitting there on the phone, all the dishes piled up, dirty, all the trash in there, and you sitting there running your mouth. I've been ready to quit, but you can't quit them jobs.
No, you can't.
Yeah, she
And
can't
and
quit.
then she
She
was
got
getting
6
paid like
kids.
basically in cash. So this is how she making her ends meet.
Yeah.
Right. You gotta have your little side hustles, and it's
And then
like,
he look, if you get a dude with a city job,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
look, but she wasn't even on that. She wasn't even thinking like how
No,
some of
she
the girls
wasn't.
think
It wasn't like
now.
she was trying
Right.
to hustle him. No, she
Yeah,
wasn't.
she
Yeah.
wasn't thinking like that. She just was like, look, I don't got time for matters of the heart. I got these 6 kids I gotta raise,
Mm-hmm.
so this is not like in the cards for me right now. Let me go
Right.
to the chat and see what everybody is saying, and I will bring all you beautiful Nubian queens to my upcoming. All right, Stan, let me know.
Mm-hmm.
This definitely the soundtrack is a must.
Mm-hmm.
Miss the Curtis Mayfield. Yeah, Curtis Mayfield did produce this.
Yes,
Yes,
and
God rest his
but
soul.
Glad's Night in the Pips song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, she finally gave him a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a classic. Say Pretty Brown, how you doing? Ew. Okay, and no, honey, when I talked about not having a cereal, she says, better get some cereal. So remember, they was doing talking in code on the bus.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Look,
all the other ladies, they were all domestic workers too. You know what I'm saying?
uh-huh.
So, mm-hmm.
All right, so y'all, I'm here for it. I want it all. If y'all know quotes from this movie, y'all better put them in the chat, and we're gonna try to act them out our best. All right? Well, me, I'll do it. So, anywho, um, she ends up going out on a date. Well, basically, they meet up to go out on a date. He gets there before she even gets home from work. And back then, if you was a latchkey kid, you wasn't gonna let nobody in the house, no matter
Yeah,
what mama said.
I was a latchkey kid. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I like this part because you saw all the kids. He seemed like he was very understanding, but her daughter, the oldest one, she's like, I don't know why you doing all of this because it ain't gonna be nothing but chicken.
And it turned out to be.
And she was right. I was
She
like,
was right.
oh man.
Well, see this at this point though, it's 6 of them, and so they seen, several men coming through. They got different fathers. A lot of
The
them got,
old one, yeah. The older
you know,
two seem like they the most bitter out of it though.
yeah, yeah, exactly, and I think even all of them, they just seen different men come around. Their fathers not, not in their life, so they didn't want to give him a chance,
And Tamika, what's your take on this whole thing when Rupert first came to the house the first time?
Yeah, they had me laughing. I think he was trying to take in like, oh wow, there's a lot of y'all running around. Everything is busy. She coming in trying to get everything together. They definitely did not want to be bothered, and they made me laugh because it seemed like, I guess that's how kids look at their parents sometimes. Like, you ain't got no business doing that, and you old, and acting like you wasn't young one time too, and just expecting you to be into them, and then also seeing that she already had probably different relationships that they saw, so it's just like, who the heck is this coming up and around here? I thought that was funny.
I thought that was funny too because Charles, the oldest one, he's like the most bitter out of all
Yes,
of them.
definitely.
He like, here we go with this nonsense again. Like, who
Mm-hmm.
she
Well, he
like
done been
now?
through it. He the oldest, and he been through it 5 other
Right.
times. Yeah, so.
All right, so I'm gonna go to the chat. Hold on, people is putting quotes in here, y'all. Look, I'm gonna wait for Baby's comment because we got a screenshot to match that. Okay, Claudine beat Charlene with that brush. Oh Lord.
I can.
Sure. I was afraid I was gonna get striked. And there's a lot of I couldn't get a lot of clips because they got the music in the background and you know
Oh
how it
yeah,
goes with YouTube.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, there's a lot of music in the background on this one.
Yeah,
But
but
because
it
the
made
music
the
is all
movie
through
to
the
me.
movie, you know.
It made the movie.
Yes, yes.
Definitely. So we're gonna move on to the next. So okay, that's what she said. It's gonna be chicken. I don't know what. Look, wait. Somebody had the exact quote. I gotta go to it. Hold up.
And the thing is, it shows that
It's gonna wind up being chicken anyway.
that's right. And it really just shows it's kind of sad too, because of the fact that she shouldn't have to struggle like this, you know.
No.
And the system want to keep their boot on her neck.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They don't want her to have no man and don't work a job nowhere, you know, just to be dependent on the system.
Right.
And then, you know, and the moment you get any kind of little bit of happiness, they ready to snatch it away from you. So she was stressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, she needed this date with Ruben.
She was stressed. Mm-hmm. She already got this. We gonna get to the she's got money problems. She's got a lot of kids. She got a lot of mouths to feed.
Yeah.
All right. What's your take on it, Tamika? Or you want to move? We could move on to the next thing. You good or what? You know? Or you already?
Oh, she got on mute.
Yeah, y'all can move on. I'm sorry, my daggone cat is making so much
she going
noise.
crazy
Give
right
me
now.
1 minute.
Oh, that's
yeah, she woke up soon as I was like, all right,
soon
I'm
as
about
I
to
hear
hit.
that, that's
what
what
the
she.
child scream.
Look,
That's what
ready?
people be
She
thinking.
like,
that's the baby girl of the house.
All right, so she ends up going there. They end up having chicken. But she's so tired from working all day. It's like she can't even enjoy her free time.
Well, she needed that. Look how she fell asleep in the bathtub. She needed that. She was tired. She probably not getting the proper rest. She worrying about her kids, which is natural. And you know, money problems. And she needed some loving. Look at the two of them laying in the bed together.
He didn't even want the night to end because he was like, oh, I'm all right. She's like, you gotta work tomorrow. He said, nah, I'm gonna be all right. But that's the kind of stuff when you have a good time like that as an adult and you go to work the next day, that'll be on your mind all day where everybody know you got some. Am I right or wrong? But they be
she
like,
was
look,
she was
nasty yesterday, but she's talking to everybody. Hi.
Yes. Got a little pep in her step.
I'm telling you, I mean, now the part that I didn't like is the little rat that ran across the floor. What do you call it? Millhouse. The little mouse, and he caught him on the trap. She was like, "Oh no, I've been ready to scream up in this." Oh,
yeah.
She was like,
"What
was that?"
Hey, look, they in New York City, and you know it's got the mice and the rats. So I don't care what city it was in. If you live in an urban project area, something like that, you're gonna see mice and rats. Ain't nothing you can do about it, you know.
Well, they look like they was living in Harlem, right?
I think so.
Yeah, because that looks like Harlem.
I think so. Yeah, and So, but it didn't deter them. Once he killed the mouse, he went back to the loving. You know. She needed.
She got a cereal.
They both needed. She was stressed.
Yeah, he needed it, and so did she.
Exactly. Yeah.
Look, we ain't meant to survive. It's a setup. Even though you fed up, got to keep your head up. Yeah, that's girl, right. You right, mommy.
From the late great Tupac. That's right.
So what about the bubbles? Squeezing the Joy liquid detergent? Yes.
That everybody grew up on Joy and all that stuff. You know. Anybody say they ain't use it, they probably lying. You know.
Exactly.
And then you can get the Joy in the dollar store now.
Right. We got somebody that gave us the exact area. Love covers all network. It is Harlem, Edgecombe Avenue. Yeah, she did yell that out. That's right. She was yelling that out.
All right, now that's my cousin. She know about it. We used to watch these movies together.
Yeah.
I thought she was in hot, but you know, that's why it's not surprising to see a mouse. You know, you live in apartments in the
Yeah, it is what it
urban
is.
areas, you won't see them. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that
So
don't mean I like them.
so he comes back there the next day, and this one, he said, "Every tear my mother shed gonna cost you a quart of blood." He
Yes.
say that.
Yes. He was not playing with him, okay?
No, he wasn't. He wasn't. He was like, every tear my mama shed is gonna cost you a quart of blood. He was like not playing with him. He letting
What's
him
up,
know, look, I
Thriller?
done been through this so many times, and ain't nobody gonna break my mama heart no more.
Right.
All right, so what's up, Brillo? Well, look, if you want, I could send you the link if you want to come through, because we do need a male's point of view, but I didn't know if you was busy and stuff. I know you getting ready to do something. Look, this was the Urban Black Film of the Year. It was? Okay, that's a good, like, I didn't even know that. So this was so this won a lot of awards then. Okay.
Well, she was nominated for an Oscar, but she ain't win.
Yeah, you know how they do.
Yeah, we know how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
Look, he tells him that she got 6 kids. He said, "You better be careful, because one of them big boys could go upside your head."
Right.
Shoot, that's why a lot of dudes, if they know you got older kids, they don't be wanting to talk to you like that, because they be like, "No,
Exactly.
no, no."
Hmm. Yeah. And then, and that was another stigma. Oh, she got all them kids, but that don't stop no show.
You know. So
I don't think she was no floozy. I think she was in relationships, and
And
Yeah,
it
she
just
said
didn't
she
work
was
out.
married 2 times. Even when he brung it up, that kind of turned her off. She was like, "Oh, you gonna judge me? You worried about me having 6 kids? I was married twice and it didn't work out." And she was like, "Where's your kids? Do you have any kids? How me and your age don't got no kids?" I said, "I know that's right."
He don't even see. I don't even think he was seeing his kids like that.
No,
Right. That's
He
when she
wasn't
started
letting them
no,
see
asking
him.
him.
they lived in another state.
Yeah.
Right.
He was paying child support. They lived in another state.
Now you know we got to get to Miss K back, right? It's Miss K back, the social worker.
Oh, this lady.
Don't just stand there. Let her in, honey.
Yes, they would be running, trying to gather up everything and hide it, because that was another thing. You could not even have something new in there. It's like, oh, well, where
Look,
you
they
get
had
the
to
money for that from?
switch out irons. Did you notice that?
Yes, bring the old iron out and put the new
I
one
mean, and the
in.
thing is, it wasn't even a brand new iron. He found it in the garbage on his
Exactly,
house.
but it
Thank
was
you.
just
So
like,
he taking
He would just pick
trash.
stuff that he
right.
used.
But they wanted to count everything. So if it wasn't the same item that they seen the last time, it's like how you got that there. That
But
was crazy.
that used to
And
be
when
like
she's
that with welfare.
right, yes, it
They used to
did.
come to
It
people's home.
definitely
That's a
did.
real. Yeah, this is not just for the movie.
Exactly.
That's
No,
a
they were
real
showing
thing.
you real life stuff. And
Yeah.
she was even asking her, I mean, it was crazy, because she was like, "Oh, I heard you got a man." She said, "Who told you that? These nosy daggone
Who said?
people."
Who told
She
you
said,
that?
"Well,
Your
where your
neighbors.
man
The
at?"
damn
Told you
nosy
that?
ass neighbors.
Oh, across the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been
She
ready to
said,
curse in
"Where
their
your
house. You
man
would not
at?"
even
And she
tell
gonna
me.
talk about none of your business. She said, "Well, exactly. It's none of your business either."
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So look, 2 marriages and 2 almost marriages.
That's the
Mm-hmm.
reason how she got 6 kids. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got on my nerve too.
Yeah, she
Talking about
needed a good cussing out.
if you have it, we have to make a deduction.
Yeah, she needed a good cussing out.
Yeah. But she gets it, but moving on, this is everybody's favorite part for some reason. I got the quote already. I got it. Let me
Oh yeah,
start
this was.
off.
I know some people think it was it's toxic. But people who might think it's toxic. It's toxic,
toxic.
but it's that's the way. I mean, it depends on how kind of mother you had or whatever, how you was raised. But a lot of mothers or fathers whip their kids behind.
But she didn't even really give her a beating this time. This time she was so drunk she couldn't even stand up, and she's like, "Look, I'm just trying to warn you before you get into
Oh yeah,
something."
That's right.
And
That's right. I went
gonna
ahead.
put her
Yeah,
like a
you're right.
warning with this.
Yeah, you're right. On this scene, it wasn't a whipping. It was the she was drunk and she
Yeah,
was out
she
with her.
came in drunk talking about he was trying to show me some things.
Oh,
What he
here you
was trying
go.
to show you?
Abdullah was trying to teach me how to hold my liquor.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, "Well, you're not doing a good job." She was like, "This was the first lesson."
Mm-hmm.
But if you are on Facebook, we can't see your comments, so you need to come over to the YouTube platform. Also, if you on Twitter, please come there. We got 20 people in here. Please hit that like button. Thank you. So I like the fact that she talks to her daughters and they had this whole conversation about did you love my father? Then
Right.
this and that. And she's trying to be careful with it. And I believe she did because you have kids and stuff. You love your kids. Sometimes it's just stuff that happen. But
Exactly.
what's you didn't say anything to Mika about this part. Do you have
Yeah, she always was real with her. That's why, like, she was real with all of them. She was pretty open with all of them. And so she just letting her know because she was confused at first, like, who the heck is Abdul? Like, she was like, oh, he changed his name.
you
And then,
know?
she's seeing she on drugs. She held her hair and everything while she was throwing up. The other little sister came in, or was it the brother? I don't even remember. Said, what's going on? She's like, your sister's throwing up. And rubbing her back and everything while she was sick. But she was like, girl, you don't know what's out there. You don't know what's happening in the real world.
Exactly. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right, this
Oh,
is
wait a
the
minute. I wanted to say one quick thing. Khadijah Hall said this wasn't a toxic. This lady don't want her daughter to make a stupid decision. I agree. I agree
yeah.
with that. Only reason why
Absolutely.
I use the word toxic because nowadays everybody's so politically correct with their
Mm-hmm.
language but sometimes you got to jack your kid up if they tripping.
If they
And
get
you
out of
see that
line.
they going the wrong way. You got to jack them up and get them straight. Hopefully you can do it. But they're gonna make their own decisions. But you got
Exactly.
to say something. But no, I agree. I know a lot of people. Think you might say, "Oh, that's toxic. How she grabbing her kid and all that."
But this definitely fit
Look,
for the times, okay? My mama
it
was
was there for
grabbing
the
me up
time.
like that too.
Exactly.
True. I miss
Exactly.
curfew. I was getting himped up like that.
Yeah, me
Like
Right.
what you like?
You
exactly.
knew
I
your
was
behind was supposed to be in the house.
True. I was
exactly. I
supposed to
was
be in at
too.
11 o'clock, and I come in 11:05. Shoot.
Yeah, yeah. My father didn't play that kind. My father was in the home with me when I was a kid, and he didn't play that more so than my mother. My mother probably more the softy. My father wasn't playing it. Mm-mm. Yeah. So
My
yeah,
father was the talker, but my mother was the enforcer.
okay. See, this opposite of me. My father was the enforcer. My
My
mother was
father
the
ain't have to say he didn't
yeah.
have to talk much because you didn't want him to get upset because if he
Mhm.
lose it, then you really gonna
Oh,
get hurt.
yeah, it's big
I
time.
mean
Yeah.
that's how,
Yeah.
but he never, it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
like that. But
Mm-hmm.
the fear of him just scared me.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just a voice
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
exactly.
Look
Exactly.
in
All
your
they
face.
had to do was give you that voice or that look, and
And
you
you feel
knew.
Mm-hmm.
disappointed.
It's
Yeah, and
not
see the
like
thing
these
is,
kids
and
now.
Claudine didn't have a father for these children,
Right.
so she
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 did the
was just
best she
worried for her
could.
daughter that she didn't fall into the same trap she
Right.
fell into
Exactly.
at 16 years old.
Right. She didn't
Hmm.
want her to be like her. And nobody
Mm-hmm.
nobody wants their kids to make the same mistakes they made. You try to
Right.
protect them as
Hmm.
much as you
Mm-hmm.
can.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see this. She says, I'm not like Claudine didn't want her daughter and talked to her several times and she went out and did something else. Yeah, it's not like,
Hmm.
she did
Yeah.
warn her. You're right.
Yes.
She
That's
did
how
warn
it
her,
be. You can
Khadijah.
I
warn all
mean,
you
you can
want to
go on all you
warn.
Yeah.
want.
You
You
can
know what
tell
I'm
them the
saying?
stove is hot and they'll still want to touch it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you can warn them all you want, but
Hmm.
you can't watch your teenage kids. You can't watch them 24 hours a day. So
Right.
you turn your back. You gotta
Yeah.
go to work. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. You
Hmm.
know.
Mm-hmm.
So you just hope that they don't get in a bad situation. They can't get out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So we get here and we see that now Rupert is basically coming to the house more, and he's actually that boyfriend type now. when he was
Yeah.
talking to the kids,
Mhm.
because she was like, I
I
got one
loved
that
it.
don't want to go to school, one talking about quitting school.
I
Hmm.
loved it.
And
I
I
loved it.
liked when he went and found this kid gambling. She
Yes,
was
I
nice
love
and
that
talked to
part.
him
Yes.
and
Yes.
then broke it down. He said, you did addition, subtraction, multiplication, and
I loved
division.
it. Yeah.
And you telling
Exactly.
me you don't want to go to school? You better get your. If you, I find out you cutting school, I'm gonna kick your ass. I like
Right.
the way he did that.
Yeah.
I like that he basically showed them that he cared about them.
Yes, absolutely. He had the
Yeah, absolutely.
conversation with the little one in the house that was saying he want to be
Invisible.
invisible, and then he said, "I'm drawing a family that's living in this house." He said, "Well, where they at? They invisible too." That tickled me, and I love this part when
Hmm.
he went out there playing, talking, playing the dice, talking to him at the same time, and then the way he was able to say, "Look at everything you just did," like you said. He was dividing, adding, multiplying all at once. He was like, "You're very smart." You know what I'm saying? There's no excuse. Get your behind
Yeah.
up in school.
And I,
Exactly.
I, I tend to believe that Rupert really probably was probably a decent father. I think the mother probably took the kids out of state, and that's why he wasn't seeing his kids.
Yeah, I
He
agree.
seemed like a good guy, because a guy who's
He
no
was
good,
already he was
he
already
not gonna,
taking care of them too.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because a guy that's no good, he ain't gonna put the time into your children, because he ain't caring about his own kids. So I think that he
Mm-hmm.
probably was a decent father. Says that if the kids live in another state, you can't see them and be with them every day. So
Right.
I think he liked these children. I think he was a good guy. You know.
Yes, I do too. All right, so here come
Oh,
this
here come
broad.
that
She's
lady
back
again.
again, and this time she comes when he's at the house, y'all.
Mhm.
And he's
Exactly.
looking at how they hiding stuff and putting everything
Yes.
inside for him to hide.
And then
Hiding them in
she
the
told
closet
him
and
to
all.
go hide, and he went in the bathroom.
He was
Yeah,
trying to go in a closet.
And
and,
she
and
see him when he was creeping to the closet. I was
look, she
like,
couldn't
"Oh
even.
Lord."
She had to hide the bed. So you saying
Yeah.
that I can't even buy a bed just because I'm on welfare? The hell with that. You know.
Okay.
She
Oh, somebody said I skipped one of their favorite parts. You skipped my. I love when Claudie came to the realization that she was with him and she wanted to wait.
she was with him.
And she wanted to
She
be
wait a
with.
minute. She was with him. She wanted to be with the
Oh
kids.
Oh no,
yes.
we didn't skip it. We didn't skip it.
Uh-huh.
We didn't skip it. We getting there. Love covers all networks. I like that title. I like that name. Okay, my dad was the opposite. He treated his girlfriend's kids better than his own. Wow, I'm
Well,
sorry to
I,
hear that.
Yeah.
I went through
Sorry
that,
to
but
hear
later in
that.
life, I
Mhm.
was by the time that
Sometimes
happened.
it's
Then I
that
was
way
grown.
too. Sometimes they don't be doing for theirs, but they'll do for somebody else. And
Yeah,
sometimes they ain't trying to
yeah.
do for nobody.
I,
It be all different kind of situations. Sometimes you got the
mhm.
single fathers. That's the one that's doing it. I got two
Yeah,
friends
because
that was like
trust
that.
me, it's some trifling mothers out here,
Yeah,
Hmm.
and the father's the
you
one that's
see a little
raising
bit
and
of
taking.
everything.
Yeah, I know a couple of guys that was raising their kids.
Me too. Yeah,
So
Absolutely.
good and bad in all of us, y'all.
yeah,
Hmm.
Good and
exactly.
bad in
That's why
all
I
of
don't
us.
like to bash a men or bash. You gotta, you can't do that because there's some women that's just as bad.
Hmm.
You know, so
Yeah.
So my next thing is this. When she comes in there and they breaking down everything he bought, and she was like, "Well, if you're making something, you have to give it a
Right.
yeah, for something you found in the garbage.
Yeah." And
Yes.
then the little girl's like, "He gave us this, but it don't work."
Right.
Yeah,
I love that part.
yeah. It was. I mean, he gave. It was a coffee maker, a toaster,
Mm-hmm.
and something else. And then she had some beer in the refrigerator. I mean, it was ridiculous. I think a lamp.
Yeah.
I was just like, this is stuff
It's
that he.
all stuff that he knew, like, I probably could fix this.
That's what he did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he fixed it and give it to her to have in her house. But it was thrown out as trash.
I know, but a lot of sanitation workers do that. If it's fixable, they probably just say this
Right.
ain't really messed up. Let me go home and do this a little bit. Especially if you handy with your hands, know how to do stuff.
Exactly.
I'm sure they do that.
Yeah, so we get to hear. So he
Oh,
decides to go to the welfare office
Mhm.
and he's telling them he wants to marry her. And they telling him, well, if you lose he's like bringing up different scenarios. So what happens if I lose my job? Well, you have to go on welfare. He said, well, why do I have to go on welfare? Like, it was
Exactly.
just too many.
Like, But this is what they do. This is how the system is, to tear the family apart. Tear the family, and y'all saw it with
Absolutely. This was definitely something that was real. It was like, okay, well, then you have to go on. You have to add this person on. I remember even when it came to school with me, I was in some I was receiving money for my son, I think, at the time, and getting like Medicaid. And my father literally had to write a letter because what they wanted me to do was drop out of school and go to their program that they wanted me to go to. And I was about to get my bachelor's degree. I was almost finished. I said, why would I drop out from my... So I just, cut off the whole thing. My father wrote a note, said, nope, I'll give her such and such. And that was that with that. I was like, ain't no way in the world I'm not going to get my daggone degree, and I'm a couple of months away from getting it.
Yeah, because they want to keep you in.
No, they really want to keep their boot on your neck, and so that you just keep you down. They don't really want you to progress, And you see, one of the social workers was Roxy Roker from the Helen from the Jefferson. Yeah.
What's Lenny Kravitz's mom?
Yeah, I liked her.
I like her too. Yeah. My grandfather treated my grandmother with passion every day. Eat flowers, candies, chocolate grams, fruit, red wine. Back in the day, beautiful. That is beautiful. I love to see like relationships like that.
Yeah.
Hey, all right. So they basically, he's like, we getting married. I'm walking out of this office. I love you. I'm saying no to them, but I'm saying yes to you. So they gonna get married. And then just as he's about to tell these kids that he loved their mother and he want to get married, it's a knock at the door and he gets served with papers.
And they wouldn't have probably even found him if he hadn't got hooked up with that welfare. Them people in the welfare dug into his business.
That's
exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened.
He was already paying child support.
Right. And he was like, now they want more.
Take care of these 6 kids.
It wasn't like he wasn't paying. He was already paying out his check.
Yeah, and then they did an increase on him.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. They had it as failure to neglect. So let me ask y'all this. Does that mean the mother, the ex-wife, went to another state and filed for welfare? Well, they didn't have computers back then, so
she could have either filed or just the welfare themselves, because they are known to take people for child support. So they probably just used that information and then they went ahead and then they wanted more from him, as opposed to what he actually was going in there to find out about.
But this is what I'm saying, how they're using stuff to tear down the black families, because you got a man in the home who's trying to do right by this woman and her kids and everything. And then while you trying to take all his income away from him, how he gonna take care of her and his other children he had?
Exactly. They knew what they was doing.
Then what happens if a guy goes and say, let me go out here, I'm gonna sell some drugs.
Right.
I'm gonna get a hustle going. Then he gets locked up. Then nobody being taken care of.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's just a cycle, and it just keeps going on and on and on.
Like they rigged the game.
Absolutely.
And he was a hardworking man.
Yeah.
I felt sorry for him because I seen dudes cry like this when they get hit with that, get garnished.
Now, I agree to go after these dudes if they not doing nothing, because they trifling. If you ain't doing nothing and ain't even trying no kind of way, then you need to go after them as much as you can, do what you gotta do.
Right, because I definitely do know some that didn't want to do nothing, that would literally quit a job like he was thinking about doing at first. They would quit, they would move, they would do all kind of stuff.
Some little hustle they'd make.
Just not to do it. But it did not seem as if that was the situation with him. It more so seemed like he wasn't spending maybe the time with them, but he was sending it financially.
Yeah, they live in
another state. When this happened,
Ohio or somewhere, right?
He was like, how the heck I'm supposed to make it?
Yeah.
Exactly. And he don't even see his kids. So he wasn't even seeing them because they in another state.
Mm-hmm. And we don't know the whole backstory. Who knows the mother? These mothers sometimes be trying to keep the kids from the fathers. Mm-hmm. So we don't know the whole backstory on that,
Yeah, they didn't really go into it deep, so we couldn't base nothing off of that part, because sometimes
but we know this happens though.
Right.
Exactly. Now my let me just stop this for a second. I'm gonna stop the press. I'm gonna wish Savannah a happy birthday. I didn't know it was your birthday, boo.
Hey!
Happy birthday,
Yes, it was
Happy
Savannah.
her birthday. Happy
birthday!
Happy
birthday,
birthday.
Savannah.
Happy birthday,
Yes.
Savannah.
I'm
I
glad it
didn't
was
even know it was
great.
your birthday, Savannah. I hope you had a good birthday. All right, so we going back to here. Look, she goes up to the job to look for him because he done disappeared. She had that party and he never showed
Yeah,
up.
I felt bad for
I
them
felt
because the
bad
kids
for
was
her. I
all
felt bad for the
excited.
kids.
Oh,
And
that scene. Oh, you ain't get. Oh, you couldn't
I
get that
didn't
scene
get
because
no.
of the
I
music.
was trying to rush.
Oh, that's a great freaking scene. Yeah, we got, but the music I understand.
Yeah, I couldn't.
But that scene was so it was sad. Man, I was happy and then I crashed because they really everybody all the children really worked hard to try to you know make something special for him for what was it, Father's Day or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
And she was
like
doing the
this,
Father's Day thing because the way he broke down because he wasn't seeing his kids and all of that.
Yeah. And Monique is right. The system is built to knock you down,
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wait a minute. Stan Jackson said, watch Hallmark movies, the bomb. You know what? Somebody else told me that too. And look, we're gonna try to get into one of them or something. We'll figure it out because we
I haven't
got a
watched
lot.
the
This
Hallmark
one is
movies in a
really
long
busy.
time.
When
But
it's
I
a
do think they got good
downtime, we'll
movies.
do it. What do y'all think about that? When it's a downtime, maybe we could do a Hallmark movie. You know how they had that break, that long break when we wasn't watching anything and we was just scrambling for material.
Yeah, I'm for it. I mean, because even though I haven't watched a Hallmark movie in a while, but I know they have great movies on there.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Pretty Brown said the party was heartbreaking.
It was. That brought tears to my eyes. It was like two different parts of listen, y'all,
I know,
I be
and then her
crying
friend was like, "Oh
over
no,
these.
that's
Because
my
I'm up
man."
here dancing with the music.
Yes.
I
And
know.
all of a sudden it got set, and then that's
Yeah,
man,
it was times I was dancing and singing, laughing, crying. I went through so many different emotions, but I definitely felt bad for them with that part.
He waited all day for him to come.
Yeah.
All day. So I'm going to
And then her sons even went looking for him on their bike, and
I know.
one of the neighbors said,
so
"Oh, I seen him leave out this morning." I was like, "Oh."
It was like he moved.
Mm-hmm.
So look, we gotta go to this is the scene that got it that I could get that didn't have any music in the background. Y'all ready?
What you gonna do now?
I'm gonna get some sleep, and I'm going to work tomorrow.
Well, as you crawl into bed, you take a look at Charlene's tits. Good night, Grandma.
Good night, Grandma.
He was getting on my nerves.
Yeah, he was giving her a run for her money, boy.
Yeah, I mean, he was. I definitely agree, but you got to understand where he coming from too.
Yeah.
He saw his mother. He loved his mother. He didn't want to keep getting hurt.
Right, exactly.
He wanted his mother to make good decisions too, just like
exactly.
You're telling
he went to the bar
Charlene to make
for him, wasn't it?
Yes, that part. I said, wait a minute. I said, he told you.
He was punching him, beating him up.
I know.
And they would, I think they was doing like some kind of, it was, I don't know, it was weird. They was at a bar, but it seemed like they was singing church music or something.
Right. I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? And then he got up and said, I want to testify. Yes.
And he tried to hug him and everything. But he was like, no.
Yeah, that part I teared up too.
Yeah. The reason why
because he knows he's angry because of the situation. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he cried because he probably never had a man even showing him any kind of affection, nothing too.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's a shame their own fathers wasn't there. So
right, exactly.
All right, so they finally get married, but Charles, because of the protest thing he was doing, somehow they end up coming to the apartment.
Oh, yeah, because he ran into the apartment. Yes,
that was crazy.
Yeah, he ran to the apartment and the police and everybody, all the
Right.
everybody. That was a wild wedding. Everybody ran up in there too. But and look what he did. At the end, he ended up protecting this young man. Like
yes.
So they was trying to beat him up.
Right.
Rupert was a good dude. He really
he was. Because I think Charles was supposed to be the one to say he give her away, and they were saying where he at. So then they had to tell the other brother to say it, and then he running there and putting on his jacket, trying to act like he was in there the whole time.
I know, right? You know how you trying to sneak in here? Like I wasn't doing no protest.
Exactly.
And it's they. Let me ask y'all this: if they remade this movie, would y'all be mad?
Depending on the cast, it has to be the.
All right, look, this is what we gonna do right now, y'all. Everybody, include in the chat. You know what we doing right now? We are going to the writer's room. We are going to the writer's room, and we're going to create our new cast for Claudine. This is just hypothetical. We just, playing around with it. I didn't have no word scrambles tonight, so this is what we're going to do, and we're going to have fun. Who would y'all want to play Diane Carroll's part?
I could have seen Angela Bassett at one point. She could have played it.
Yes.
Or maybe even Nia Long. She's a little older now. Like
I could see Nia Long playing it.
Nia Long, yeah.
Yeah, I know that it won't be good as the first one, but I just want to play around with it, y'all.
Yeah, no, I really don't want to remake, but
I don't want to remake.
But if they did, it got to be the right cast, right?
Yeah, it would have to be the right cast.
The main actors got to be somebody solid. That's why I said Angela Bassett or maybe Nia Long or I know some others. Tamika, you know some people's names. I can't remember everybody's names.
Yeah, because y'all know how I feel about remakes. I really can't think of nobody off the top of my head. I probably could have seen Viola Davis being in doing something like this.
Yeah,
somebody said Sanaa Lathan. Yeah, I could see her.
Sanaa Lathan would be good. Yeah, I see Sanaa Lathan. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right, so what about the male role, y'all?
What about Rupert? I'm gonna say,
as much as I don't want to say it, yeah.
Oh, I was gonna mention somebody. But go ahead. You go ahead.
I was gonna say Terrence Howard.
I could see him play something
but I could
like
see
that.
him playing it for some reason, even though he's supposed to be retiring.
Uh-huh.
But I could see them. It's exactly as long as they keep the soundtrack the same and don't do no other like crazy
I don't want to
stuff.
hear no Migos and all.
Right.
Exactly. I don't want to hear no other.
I mean, nothing against them brothers. That's a piece take off. I'm just saying we don't want to modernize that much like that.
Right.
We want to keep it like 1970, like it is. You know.
Yeah, I can see him. Well, when I was just answering, I actually said Viola and Denzel, so I already said my Mel, but I can see Terrence Howard.
Yeah.
What about Omar Dorsey? Who was on
from Queen Sugar and
played Hollywood on Queen Sugar and played on
Raising Canaan.
Because he's a big dude.
I could probably see him too.
Yeah,
he's a good actor.
He's comedy and dramas.
Yeah. I could see him. I could see him too.
But the chemistry with him and the wife got to match.
Right, it have to match. Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't want to see no white woman or something like that, though. I'd be mad if I saw a Caucasian man. I don't want to see that. I'm sorry, anybody. I just don't. I want to keep it as a black couple.
Yes.
No offense to anybody in the chat.
Somebody said Lance Groves. So we getting pretty good names with it. I just want to shoot it around and see what's good. That's all.
Taraji P. Henson. I don't know about her. I don't know. I just see
she could be one of the girls on the bus.
Yeah, maybe like that. Maybe one of the girlfriends.
Yeah,
because we don't want her playing like Cookie or something like that.
Nah.
We don't want that. Nicki Minaj. Okay,
wait, who said Nicki Minaj? That gotta be Savannah.
Cutting jokes now.
Yeah,
I know it was Savannah. I said that gotta be Savannah.
She cutting up because it's her birthday. Yeah,
to the
she said Grace Jones. Okay, oh Lord.
All right, so we gonna wind it down. Overall, we already did we did Sparkles. We talked about how we didn't like the remake compared to that. We talked about who we would, but we really like the original, y'all.
Yeah.
So we really like the original. We stuck on the original. James Earl Jones, Diane Carroll. They look so beautiful together,
and so regal, you know. And rest in peace to her. And he's still alive. I think he's in his 90s.
Yeah, he doesn't do
had
the
a birthday.
Remember, he was doing the narrations for things. He doesn't
Right.
do doing now. They said that he stopped doing it.
Yeah, I think his health is not good.
Right.
So I wouldn't be surprised at any time we hear he passed away. But he's in his 90s now, so he lived a good long time. I mean, you know. And
somebody said Mike Epps.
So Mike Epps,
Mike Epps could be his homeboy that worked with him. Because they would have the funny parts with it.
Exactly.
You know when they did Roll Bounce and he played the garbage man there?
And
I could see him doing this part.
I can see
definitely.
That. I definitely see that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. She said he's 92.
92. That's what I said. I knew he's in his 90s. I knew he was in his 90s. So I mean he's still holding on, but he's done wonderful work. I mean, I ain't never seen anything he did that it was terrible, you know. So
right.
So then what's next on the docket then?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I know that we got requests for maybe we'll put up a poll. We got requests for Imitation of Life, Lady Sings the Blues, and Woman of Bruce's Place. That was the next three on the list.
The next three that we talked about because we already knocked this one down.
Right.
Somebody said Coolie High. I saw somebody earlier.
Okay. So maybe we'll put up a poll to see what the next one is going to be because we'll probably be doing these the last Sunday of the month. And we're going to rotate it. So,
next time we'll be on Tamika's channel.
Right. So we'll see what y'all, we got to make our list. And if y'all know any other ones, put your requests in. Let us know what
if y'all have any old school movies y'all want to do from the 70s. Well, are we doing 80s too?
It make me cry too, Cheryl Battle. I cry every time.
Color Purple.
No matter how many times.
Didn't we do I think we did the Color Purple when I was doing Hidden Gems. I think so. Somebody said, Woman of Brewster's Place, Coolie High. It's another movie. I don't know if
there's so many good ones.
I'm
gonna come up with a list.
Yeah,
I'm gonna come up with a list.
A lot of good ones.
Pick through.
Yeah, if y'all, we're gonna do a poll, and it's a must when y'all come go to our channels. Look at our community tabs because we leave information there for you guys. We try to give you either the schedule, we put little polls up, different things like that. If we MIA, we get at y'all that way because we have our socials like Instagram, Facebook, and things like that.
Because I've talked about some of these movies as far as my what you should be watching. So I know I did like a dedication to Denzel. I did one for Pam Grier, but not a detailed
fan. I love
recap of the movie, but just talking about the different things that they've done. So we're gonna mix it up a little bit, have some different things coming for y'all in 2023 and beyond.
All right. So we're gonna round it. We're gonna round it. What you got going on your channel, Tamika?
I gotta write some of these down.
I got
make a list, Tamika, and I'm gonna send it to y'all.
Okay.
We got Let's Do It Again. I want to do Let's Do It Again. I would do that.
Let's do it again. And Uptown Saturday Night.
Mr. Brown, Color Purple. Which Way Is Up? Coolie High.
Yeah, Which Way Is Up is my movie too.
Woman of Brewster's Place. Which Imitation of Life are you gonna watch though?
Coffee, Foxy Brown. Oh, which Imitation of Life? Oh, it's
I think the one with what's her name?
The black and white one is like 1930 something, right?
The one with Lena, the one that got Mahalia Jackson singing.
Okay, that's the 1950 something.
Yeah. I got both, but I think I would.
Doesn't that one come in color at one point? Okay, that's the one I remember seeing.
I have both, but I think if we're gonna do the review, I would use that one.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Yes, yes,
Mahogany.
yes.
So many. All right, so look, we're
There's a lot
we're
of them.
gonna get into it. We're trying to get our list together. If
Yeah.
you have any
the Fred
suggestions,
Williamson movies, I'm with Michelle on that one. I love Fred Williamson. That was my
Yeah.
thing back in the day.
Put them.
Yeah, Black Caesar and Hell Up in Harlem.
look,
Right.
we getting ready to
Make sure y'all put it all in the comments.
put it all in the comments.
Yes, I'm gonna make a list.
Come to this link after if you are here for the rewatch it #replay, and if you have a list of shows that you want to talk about, put it in the comments in this link in this all live, and put it in the comments after it's posted, and we'll be able to somebody said Blackula, yo. I would want them to remake this and make Wesley Snipes Blackula, because they did him dirty with Blade.
Yes,
Jason's lyrics. I think we talked about that on Hidden Gems. Yeah. All right, so we're about to get out of here. The next thing I got coming for y'all is BMF tomorrow at 10 p.m. The next thing after that is Your Honor, and Thursday, Godfather of Harlem. So stay tuned. Keep your notifications on and holler at your girl. We're about to be out of here. Thank you for coming out. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to Tamika's Den. Thank you, Inga. This is my moderator. She be ready to kick people off when they be talking crazy. So I had her on here tonight.
I'll be here to support everybody.
And she's like one of my day one supporters. So shouts out to her, and thank you again for coming, Inga.
Oh, anytime.
And I have fun with y'all tonight. Listen, y'all know I'm gonna be on Miss K's channel at 8:05. We got to talk about what we didn't like and what we did like, and I scratching my head moments on Miss K's channel. So please tune in at 8:05. What's up, Montana Max? And I will talk to you guys soon. Later.
Bye-bye, everybody.